Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's episode of Kenya's Market Map. Kenya's Market Map is a weekly podcast where we discuss events and happenings in the financial markets in Kenya and around the world. So it's a pleasure to have you with us. With me, my name is Daniel Kali. I'll be driving the conversations today. Thank you for being part of the journey. And with me, to my right is
Easter Fanning.
And to my left,
you know who it is.
Okay.
Kigen Kiplimo.
the man, the myth, the legend.
None like him.
Legend.
The match to Manza na Chocha, but it's fine.
Episode 24, man.
Yeah.
We didn't miss you in episode 23.
Clearly. I had allegations that I should stay where I was.
Yeah. We were willing to sponsor you to elongate your stay there.
It's fine. Mungu anaona. But yeah, I think it was awesome to have Steph last week.
Yeah.
I listened.
It was quite an honor.
Yeah, I listened into the conversation, and yeah, she brought quite a bit of wisdom, a lot of wisdom.
And you know, from the conversation, if you were there in last week's Market Map trivia, you would have performed worse than Steph. She really held your name
Position.
high.
Yeah.
I know.
You would have performed worse.
Please.
You know, we can ask the questions.
Genius o'clock here.
We can ask you the same questions.
No need.
So even before we go to the trivia, hapa watu watoe kijasho chembamba. But before we go to the trivia, I don't know, how has your week been? How's your week been? I'll start with Kigen.
My week has been actually been not so busy. Interesting week. My highlight is actually I attended a launch event by a company called SME Support Center. Shout out to Linda and Daniel doing fantastic work there.
Of course, thank you.
And not you. There's another Daniel. And I mean, my highlight is in actually the realization that in Kenya today, we have 7.41 million MSMEs. And
million?
Yeah, in these 7.41 MSMEs, only 1.56 are licensed, registered, recognized by the government as MSMEs. So it leaves out around 5 point something million. But it's not the statistics for me. It's the fact that this is 2016 MSME survey, 2016. It's a 2016 statistic, and we are in 2022.
Yeah.
So if we are to really make accurate decisions, and strategies for MSMEs, we should at least know how many they are. So I mean, guys at KNBS, why are we using 2016 statistics? It's 2022. You guys have to step up.
Can give you that job?
Yeah, sure, we can do it.
Did you say you can give him that job?
No.
Or they
can give you
okay.
that job.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can give
I
him
don't
that
mind
job.
running the survey.
I can make it happen. Yeah.
Hey, lipstick. It's fine.
Yeah, so that's my highlight of the week.
Great.
Okay. Easter.
Yeah. So my week has been quite busy really, with work mostly. Yeah, but other than that, I was enjoying the process, by the way. Other than that, my highlight for this week has been in the last episode we talked about the Russian and
Ukraine.
Yeah. So guys were at that point were like, how is that going to affect us as Kenyans and all that? So now it has started. We've started feeling the pangs of that, in the sense that the Western countries have introduced some sanctions on Russia.
Yeah.
And some of these sanctions affect the payment systems.
Absolutely.
So that Russia is not able to facilitate or to make or receive payments for the exports and imports.
And we import like
tea.
So
tea,
we
flowers,
were saying
fruits.
in the last episode that I think around 30% of the wheat that comes to Kenya comes from Russia.
Yeah.
And we export a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables to Russia. So
So there's quite some.
that's definitely a problem.
There's quite some supply chain issues there that's going to definitely be felt by the common guy, common citizen, with regards to, again, wheat. Any wheat products, you're expecting the prices to increase.
Yeah.
Our balance of payments can only get worse because Russia is the fifth largest destination or export country for tea from Kenya.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so definitely
We're definitely gonna take a hit.
they last year they imported, so we exported to them tea to the tune of 6.9 billion. So that's quite something. If you see that that's not going to be happening anymore.
So if we can't send that out,
Yeah,
then the shilling is going to take a beating.
definitely. Of course, holding other factors.
Because there wouldn't be demand for the shilling
Yeah.
in the global market.
But that's assuming a lot of things. But
Yeah.
you can say that.
But then looking at it from the
Ceteris
point
paribus.
where... Yeah.
It is fine.
Also looking at it from this point where global prices are going up.
Yeah.
Okay. So of course Kenya is a net importer. So things like oil,
Yeah.
Russia being one of the largest oil producer.
Yeah.
And then so such kind of rise in oil prices and other commodities, you find that the Kenyan shilling,
Yeah.
now since we are importing, we are buying, the Kenyan shilling is going to take a beating. The price is increasing.
Well, yeah.
Tough times ahead.
Yeah. I think so. The thing with Russia is it has been locked out of the SWIFT system.
And that's a big deal. So there are some of our listeners and viewers who don't know about SWIFT. Just tell them.
Society-
SWIFT, I don't know what it stands for.
Society for Worldwide Interbank Society for Worldwide Interbank Transfer.
Yeah, it has a network of I think 11,000 banks.
Yeah, but it's the main system responsible for cross-border transactions
payments,
between banks.
So, and the thing is, it's payments via SWIFT are unquestionable. You ask questions after the payment has been made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's to enhance global trade.
Okay.
And not to... You remember what happened in the Suez Canal when that ship got blocked?
Yeah.
A lot of things were halted. So you can imagine that is a physical event. Now look at this being a digital event now.
Yeah.
You don't want to create any barriers. So any questions, you let the payment go, then you'll ask Pasoli Badai.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think for most it's I think the fundamental assumption is that the bank has already done its
Due diligence on that.
on you. So because you're doing a transfer from a bank to a bank,
Yeah.
the original bank has done some level of due diligence on the customer. So,
But you
to
can do-
business-
Especially if it's more than $10,000.
yeah, but globally for $10,000, I
That's
think you
Kidogo.
need to
You need to
provide
have, like, supporting
justification,
documents for that.
for where the transaction came, where the funds came from.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's about where it's going to, but source of funds.
Yeah.
You need to like have an explanation. in
But
it.
Swift is used even for payments to offshore accounts. The
Yeah, yeah.
so-called offshore accounts.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
due diligence is not really... Doesn't really...
But then offshore accounts at the end of the day they are not illegal. If you hold an account in Isle of Man or Cayman Islands, it's not illegal.
It's not illegal, but...
It's
Okay,
just
okay.
it's just okay from a tax justice point of view. It's unethical, but it's not illegal. And it's a long
Yeah,
debate.
but I
It's
think
a long
that-
debate, that's why I don't want
yeah.
to-
But
I
the
don't
thing,
want to reply.
the thing is usually a good number of also, if you think about, especially for African countries, most of guys who stash their money offshore is probably from proceeds of corruption, which usually brings the issue because it's
Arguably.
yeah.
You have an offshore account, Kiken.
No, I don't. But I'll certainly have one. Definitely I'll have one. Dan, what's your highlight?
It's been an interesting week.
Yeah.
Started the week in Mombasa, then came back to Nairobi.
Boys eating life with a big spoon.
It's just Mombasa.
Yeah, then came back. So it's been a busy week with work and usual.
How did you find Mombasa?
Mombasa was awesome.
It was fun?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. One of our friends was getting married.
Wow,
So it was a
congratulations.
wedding. Pingu ya maisha.
No, okay, when you say pingu ya maisha, you make it look like it's some
It's a
prison.
bad decision.
Pingu ya maisha. Yeah. So that's what took us to Mombasa.
Yeah.
Not
a plane. Sorry. Being messy.
Come on.
Oh my God! Wacha hata we get sijui to the trivia.
But I mean, Nairobi of late has been it's been like an oven. The heat in Nairobi is crazy, man. But Mombasa is even worse, I guess. Eh?
It wasn't too bad actually.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad. Just the humidity you need to get used to, but it wasn't too hot. Like the heat wasn't too bad.
No, Nairobi has been very hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And guys, just remember one thing. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. We want to get we are 500, close to 600 subscribers. Guys, let's get to 1,000.
Yes. Tell your friends, go use your friends' phones, just go subscribe. Just
Your parents, your siblings.
This is the best gift you can give them.
You just subscribe slowly.
Yeah.
But thank you for the support so far. And yeah, we appreciate it.